Well, I have since determined that the previous video is pretty much completely illegible. So all you had to go on was some general shapes and my rambling. I've gone into taxi and have turned off the whole... I'm gonna reconfirm. Yeah, I turned off half video record. So I don't know what YouTube's gonna do to it, but it's going to go off. I thought it was VP6. It does have the very, very nice effect of really small files as it compresses, and it compresses really nicely. I haven't tried with 3D Game yet, but the things I've tried so far, that previous file is like 22 meg. It's actually the format that a chunk of Flash video ultimately uses, so yeah. Pretty much no transcoding is going to be needed there on YouTube's part. It'll just be like, I got file, and then I turn file into video. So, last we left off, we had a myriad of health problems, and we were burned very specifically. And we were going to age a year to be age 8. Your brother James has found a job. Apparently 20% of people are unemployed. That is not good for them, and your brother Robert has measles. Yeah, hey, this is where we finally get to start, doing stuff. This is our leisure time is constrained by the fact that we are a woman. We are living in a country with low standard of living, and we're in school, so we basically get screwed. Well, I'm gonna go with physical training, just because it kind of implies you live longer. And that's how it works in real life, too. You do physical training, you get fit, you live longer. You do weights, you live. You sit on fat ass and eat donut holes all day, you do not live very long. Depending on how many. So our choices are art, sports, music, physical training, reading and study, outdoor activities, play and socializing, volunteering, fashion, clothing, appearance, religious activities, television viewing, or social or political activities. Well, we're too young for socialness, and we don't have a TV, so we're limited against those. We can oddly still go to church as an 8-year-old and, you know, that kind of thing. Well, I suppose we can, obsess about our clothing. Well, playing and, I mean, we're children. Tanzania's population is about evenly divided between Muslims, Christians, and followers of African religions, also known as if you put a rat on a stick and shove the stick in your butt, you'll be cured of all diseases forever. And we have another brother. I have been removed from school. That was a very short school year. That's another problem that I don't remember 2007 having, but this one does. Is, you can't go back to school if anything happens. Like, see, I think that happened because my folks were being stupid. You actually get that choice later in the game. It'll go, you can remove your child from school and have them work for monies. And I usually go like, no, they should be smart, even though there's no reason to anymore. Alright. So we're basically permanently banned from the education section. If we weren't banned, we could quit school, enroll in college, enroll in VOTEC, or graduate school. We're not going to get to do any of that anymore, because I think our folks are a bit dickish. Career is quit a job, get a job, work overtime, ask for a raise, start a business. And that's a raise, not a rage. You can, you don't have to ask for a raise. You can just start those. Just go, ah! Finance, monthly expansion, borrow, invest. And those are expenses, not extensions. You have to ask for a raise to get your monthly extensions. We can get a job. Well, I'm totally going to be a senior government official, which is the first... Oh, no. This is the game basically saying, no, you. There are certain jobs that they have requirements. Some of these are you have to have degrees. Some of these are if you've basically gone to jail for stealing, which you can only do in random events. Or if you're in China and you're a political activist, you pretty much get sent there every freaking third year. You get a free vacation. Or we can luckily choose all jobs or only jobs that you're actually stand a hope of getting. The game does basically let you say, do away with hopeless optimism. You can be a beggar or do temporary odd jobs. Odd jobs pays more than beggar, and in this game there's pretty much like no reflection on your job versus your happiness. So there's no reason not to do the job that pays the most money. At least for a time until you break the game. We will not be doing a lot of working, however. We will be doing temporary odd jobs because it pays more, and pays more is what we want. Now we have to repick our activities because we're in a job. I'm gonna pick the... Oh, right. Well... Yeah, our clothing's not as important as physical training. So we'll do playing, socializing, and physical training. And you should always ask for a raise. We've been refused. There is, like, as near as I can tell, no downside to asking for a raise. There is only upside. There is only Zool. Your brother Peter has found a job. Yay, our scrubbly brother. George has found a job. Susan has started school. Either the school year here is like 2 years and freaking goiter again. You've been caught in a fire and suffered minor burns over 10%. I hope it's not the same 10%. I hope it's not like a branding iron and they're just reapplying it again. It's like, you will be marked child, your refuge will be refused. And despite the fact my house is clearly unsafe, I still can't move out. That's actually country dependent. I believe in Puerto Rico I had a character who ran away at like 8. It was allowed. Your brother Robert has whooping cough. He's a dumbass. Your goiter has gone away. I don't know what goiter is, but it's apparently bad for you. 10-year-old. I'm still not allowed to do anything. Our raise is still refused. Over here is love and relationship, which is really simplistic, and a source of hilarity, which we'll get to. Residence, you can move out, change city, change dwelling, or leave the country. I'll probably be doing this. There's also leisure activities, which is an awfully big box that only ever has one button in it. So we're going to age a year, and we're going to be 11! Which isn't going to help us much, because stuff is happening, and let me put my glasses back on. Your brother Robert has malaria again. He is the best genius that has ever lived, and we have goiter again, due to the fact that we eat nails for dinner every day. My request for raise has been refused. Well, I refuse you. Your father has hookworm. Joyous. So we're gonna wait. Susan has found a job. Okay. That's the most interesting thing I've ever seen. We're gonna ask for a raise. Our raise has been denied. Well, screw you, buddy. I'm gonna quit job. And I'm not going to mess with that because I'm gonna get my job back. Wait, I actually qualify now for better jobs. I can be a sweatshop worker, garbage collector, more sweatshop workers, or a shoemaker. Well, I guess I'm just gonna be a sweatshop worker. Be like, screw you, I'm gonna do a lot of work. Earn your family about screw the family. I'm earning the money for me and my physical training. And going to church for no reason. Just gonna pretend to be a religious person when I'm 12. and father's got a worm again. Let's go to next year. I'm now 13, or will be when my brother stops going back to school. Did he get a job? How did he get back into school? If he... Yeah. Okay. Ask for a raise. Oh, been denied. No. Now, since we're 13 in this place, we can actually have the option move out and seek a new romance. There's some hilarity with the seek a new romance button. Let's click it. This one basically just assigns you a randomly generated person. It says, would you like to marry them? Well, not marry, but would you like to get involved romantically? And it goes, blah. None of this basically means anything other than you lose a leisure slot for it. I'm gonna say yes, because you're supposed to. Unfortunately, he thinks you're useless, so he called you bitch tits. You murdered him and stuffed him in the back alley, and they never found out. So let's spawn another person that says John Kamai. And he also called you bitch tits, got murdered and stuffed in a back alley. Douglas Erain, would you like to be murdered? No! He actually feels like not being murdered. I basically have no free time now. Physical training! Must live! I'm going to run away from home because I basically have 20% of my body is burned now. And that was not the wisest decision because I can't actually afford a house. Right. Well, I'm going to eat dirt and live in a makeshift temporary house. Eating the dirt and sitting in the makeshift temporary house is definitely success. Right. Finances lit up. We have monthly expenses and borrow or invest. Monthly expenses is over here is diet. We have starvation, substance, meager, minimal, adequate, ample, lavish, gourmet. Down here is basically you eat Italian food every day. This is you eat dirt, and that's you don't eat. Which you can actually apparently go for years in this game not eating. I don't know how that works. You can be homeless. If you mix homeless with beggar, it doesn't do anything, but it's very funny. Makeshift temporary, I think this is supposed to be shack under the bridge. Simple one room, also known as the Japanese hotel. Simple, modest, moderate, ample, and luxurious, which is the best ever and costs 3 million shillings. Charity does absolutely nothing, but the game will continuously, ceaselessly harass you if you don't put all of your money into charity. Not all of it, you actually can't put all of it, but a lot of it. Consumer items, this is also an annoying gimmick in the series. Basically, it exists to keep you from stockpiling money to use. If you're not spending as much money as the game wants you to, it just goes, your spending is creeping up, which we will see. Currently, I'm basically eating dirt, living in crap. You know, living in a shack under the bridge. We're not buying anything. We're not giving people money. We're also not recording the video anymore due to the fact that our time is up.